There is no building work to be done today. Yep, this video requires no physical work. It's all about this. That green piece of paper is perhaps the most exciting and terrifying piece of paper I've ever seen in my life. And there's a good reason for that. It's because it shows that I've applied for planning permission to the local government to site 10 handcrafted huts and shepherd huts here on our land for use of short stay holiday accommodation. My whole plan for a rent out Airbnb style business and the future of this YouTube channel rests on that application. I cannot stress how important it is to everything in my life right now. Let me get this straight. You have put all your hopes and dreams on this application, the decision of which you can't control. It's out of your hands. Yes. And you don't have a backup plan? No. Well, I'm glad you're making things easy for yourself. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome to the channel of a bumbling Englishman who is trying to learn how to build mad cabins. This is my tiny house in an attempt to start a tourism business in the Cotswolds of the UK. So subscribe and stick around because I have absolutely no idea what I am going to make. This video is all about my plan. I'm going to take you through my vision, I'm going to show you my drawings, my designs, show you the beautiful sights surrounding us, explain how we got here, and go into why I decided to try and start a tiny house glamping style business. So to do that, we're going to go back to the start of the story, back to 2020. This time last year, I was still making videos for the YouTube channel Great Big Story. I'd spent a good few years travelling around and filming in Europe, mostly making films about violin makers, sword makers, accordion makers. You get the picture. For a good long while, I'd been obsessed with making things, traditional crafts and different ways of living. I'd also been living on my narrowboat in London, and life was pretty good, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wanted to get out of the city. It's at this point I moved from a city to a town and started living on our wonderful Dutch barge. She was a beautiful thing, I loved her dearly. Does I sound posh again? Is it beautiful? How do you say that, not posh? She was a good boat, loved her dearly. She was a good boat and I loved her a lot. And my DIY journey began. The main problem, however, is that I was out of the boat from 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 at night. I was commuting for 3 hours a day, which didn't leave a lot of time to renovate the boat. It took me 2 years to finish the boat, ripping it out room by room. And in those 2 years, I fell more and more out of love with working in the city and more in love with making things. Then, out of nowhere, the whole company shut down, we all lost our jobs, and suddenly it was over. Oh, that's bad. So I sat myself down and really thought about what I wanted to do. And I wanted to work here in my favourite place with little or no commute. I wanted to build things just like that. And I wanted to make videos. And I wanted... Ow. And I wanted to be self-employed. That just hurt me. So without further ado, let me read you my business plan, my pitch. It'd help if I had the book the right way round. This is damn serious and damn professional. Okay. Little Orchard Hideaways will provide a number of unique tiny home accommodation. Tiny, but cute. For the eco-minded tourist seeking a rural and authentic escape to the Cotswolds. We plan to provide 10 different tiny homes for rent. This will consist of 2 shepherd's huts, like this, and 8 unique handcrafted homes built in differing shapes and sizes, with materials that suit the environment in which they are placed. This will allow the customer to tailor their stay not only to suit party size and practicalities, but to make a choice based upon personal preference and personality, rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. Basically, I want every single one to be different. The business will be situated here, hopefully anyway, on an 11-acre plot here in Hales, Gloucestershire, just off the Cotswold and Winchcombe Way, near the historic Hales Abbey. Just over there! Oh. The land has been used as orchards for over a century, and this exists to this day, with a mixture of plum and apple trees. Like these youngsters here. And this young woodland. One of the main purposes of the proposed business is to enhance and make the land profitable, allowing us the time and the financial resources to take care of the orchards. The fruit growing will provide the customer with an authentic rural experience and allow them to partake in rural crafts and courses led by members of the local community. The varied landscape will allow each hideaway to be completely isolated. The proposed business will allow me to invest in the land, giving me the time and financial backing to sustainably manage the orchards, woodlands, and see that it exists as traditional orchards for future generations. Amber, are we having kids that are gonna keep looking after the orchards after us? Sure, why not? Like, okay. I'm glad you've put a lot of effort and thought into that. Right. We aim to provide a high level of comfort to people that come and stay here, with minimal impact on the land. We will achieve this aim by using sustainable methods to provide expected amenities, such as charging facilities and solar, as well as luxury items such as wood-fired hot tubs. Don't worry, I'm going to be making better ones than that. That was just a trial. And that is basically Little Orchard Hideaways. Well, that's what I've been calling it anyway. I'm not 100% sure on the name. I think it's a bit wishy-washy, maybe a bit long. It's hard to remember, but it is cute and sweet, and it does say what it's going to be. So you can help me with this. If you have any ideas, I'll give you some keywords. If you've got any good ideas for my business name, chuck it down below. I'll give you a quick summary to help. Huts, cabins, tiny houses, orchards, Cotswolds, rustic, small, tiny, little. Go mad, go wild. Let me know your ideas in the comments and we'll see how we get on. And so we are back to that piece of paper. That whole plan, that whole story can't happen without that approval. So this video is going to end on a bit of a cliffhanger. Will I get permission? Will I be refused permission? Well, I think we're just going to have to wait and see. In the meantime, fingers crossed, wish me luck. I hope I don't need it, but wish it anyway.